Right, it's February the 16th today. It's my daughter Jolene's birthday. She's 32. She's been round and I've seen her and given her a card and everything. Anyway, today I'm carrying on with my cassette tape recordings, which I'm planning to put on CD and DVD. And I've already done that with a lot of them. This particular one, we go back to 2006, when I went up at one point to Cumbria to do some investigations into the Hasells family, and this took me all over the place. But on the start of this particular tape here, or I should say this is halfway through it, because I was at Carlisle Castle before. This part of the tape, I'm at Brougham, or Brougham, I don't know how you pronounce it, castle. The castle of Lady somebody or other. My memory's gone. Anyway, it's all tied up with the Hasells, because Sir Edward Hasell, he was actually a steward to the lady of this castle at one point, and it was from her he eventually bought Dalemain. So here I am up in Cumberland, travelling around in my little VW camper van, and I'm off to see this castle. What I remember of it, it was a very windy day, so this might come out on the tape. Right, back to 2006.
Okay, I've freshened up. It's 12:15. I had a later start today, but I had a very early start yesterday. And I will be making my way back to Suffolk tomorrow anyway. But my plan today now, the weather isn't brilliant. It is quite chilly, it's windy, and it's intermittent heavy showers. But I thought I'm just going to pop in Dalemain and get a couple plants and Mrs. Rainbow, I think it's Mrs. Rainbow, somebody's recipe book. And then I'm going to hand them over this little folder and run for it. And I'm off to Brougham, where I believe Lady Clifford's castle could still be, there might be a ruin, but it might still be there. It's now beginning to pour with rain again, so... And then I thought the rest of the afternoon I'd go and see Eileen, my friend. Then I'm going to come back here and get ready to leave in the early hours of the morning. Right, here's Brougham Castle. It's nearly 1:30. I've been to Dalemain and handed in my documents and bought some plants. I don't know if I've said this already. I can't remember actually, because I might have done, I might not have. Bought some plants, had a little chat with the woman behind the counter who has been a guide and is a guide sometimes, and had a little talk with her about, the Hasells or Hasells at Bottisham. Seemed a bit surprised, like they didn't know anything. She said that they'd be pleased to see the photocopies, and she asked if I put my address in there, which I have, and my email. I think just arrived the other side of Penrith to Brougham Castle. I'm going towards that now. I've just taken a picture of it. I'll be back in a minute. Right, I'm entering Brougham Castle now. Lots of little crannies. This could be a dungeon or something like that. I've got a guide. It's a big metal thing as it goes down in the ground. Imagine that people lived here. Secret pathways. Lookout post, so this could even be an old toilet maybe. Looks like it could have been a toilet. You sit and do your ablutions. I'll look at the guide in a minute so I can know what rooms I'm in, but this is a little room off the archway. Very blowy, but it's not raining. Yeah, and Lady Clifford used to live there, right? I wonder if she wants it. I thought there were children earlier. Imagine that. Definitely her kids. I can't see any. children in there. Can't find anyone here. I can start the children. There must be somebody upstairs. Dark. Got a clue where I'm going or anything. This little narrow pathway. Going up inside the keep, maybe. No? That's not the way. But there is a way up the top. I think there's a way up the top. Oh, I'll find it in a minute. That was just a little tiny stairway to somewhere. Coming back down into the archway again. Got all the roof illustrated. Yeah, another room in here. Little guard rooms, I expect these are. Oh, I'm going to go back outside again now. Think about the people, the old pebble stones on the floor, you know, pebbled, big sort of pebbly courtyard at the front here. Going over now toward the corner, will tell me what it is when I get there. I definitely heard children though, I can't see any. That's twice I've heard them now. There could be kids in there, but I haven't seen one soul yet. I don't know if I can get up inside. Might be another way in that I haven't found yet. The Castle of Roger Clifford. In the late 14th century, Brougham Castle was an effective border defence. However, in August 1388 there was a Scottish invasion of northern England. And there's a picture of a load of merchants preparing the castle for defence. Roger Clifford died in 1389 and his building work was the last major change to the castle until the middle of the 17th century. It's been derelict for about 150 years, but I have got a booklet. Then going over towards a big round structure with a big metal grid on it. I mean, that could be where they stored things. Maybe it was the well. Wells were very important for survival. Yeah, it looks like a well. It's full of water. If you didn't have a well, a good well, you wouldn't survive in those days. I'm going to a corner tower thing now. I'm in like a corner keep area. It's obviously had ceilings, you know, different floors. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4, and the battlements right up the top. It's made of sort of red sandstone and a bit of pebble dash for cement. I'm just getting up on the top here a minute. Yeah, like a moat all the way round as well. For defence, of course. I should have brought my torches. I like going to these little places, these little hideaway places, and it's like, you come to the end and there's like a big hole. It's dark. Here's the remnants of a fireplace. They needed fires to keep warm in these places. I should imagine sometimes you are allowed to go up, but probably with a guide. But it's not possible today. I always want to go to the toilet when I'm at these places. Well, I should have found out where the toilets were when I first arrived. There's like a shed here. It could be a toilet. Hopefully it is. Never mind, I'll pass on. Lady Clifford owned 4 castles in Westmoreland: Appleby, Pendragon and Brougham. Appleby was probably the main castle. There's a picture there of Lady Clifford being greeted by her steward on her arrival at Brougham on the 14th of October 1670 would have been Edward Hasell, because he was one of her stewards. Yeah, she died in 1676. Right, where am I going now? In another area with one of those metal grids and a round well. And they go down a long way, those wells. I have seen some children now, so it's not ghosts. Going inside the main building now. Looks like there's a stairway. The keep is the oldest part of the castle and still standing. The bottom 3 stories were built around the end of the 12th century. The third floor was added about 1300 by Lady Clifford. Right, I'm going up inside the keep now. I think this bit we're allowed to go in. Got some windy steps. It's going to be very windy. All the way up these steps inside a spiral. They're spiralling inside the keep. I wonder if they had carpets down in the past. There's a little resting hole here. Well, I've run out of film again, as usual. Up we go again. It's got a rail to hang on to. It's going to be very windy up here. Don't think it's going to fall down now. Part of the Roman tombstone reused in the ceiling in this passage. Oh. The Latin may be translated to the spirits of the departed. Oh my God, it's high up. There's a Roman tombstone on this bit. Oh, I don't like heights, so I'm going up to the next stage. Oh. Going up another little spiral. Round and round. Massive. Oh, something's rattling above. Oh, it's the flagpole. And there's inscriptions on the old stone here. I'm at the top now. Nearly on the battlements. The flagpole's back there. Oh, I'm going to be scared on this bit, so I don't like heights. There is oh yes, it's a long way up. Let's get past there. Right, I'm right at the top of the keep now. Solid place. Only an earthquake can move this, but wear and tear with the weather. Oh. I'm rushing by the bits that are open. Right inside I've got these slits. They obviously could see for miles. Yeah, you can see for miles. It's really windy today. Really windy. I'm carrying on round. Oh, it's creepy. I'm going to go past another wooden bit now. Cross over here. Oh, it's windy. Oh, here, this is pretty. This is where I should have my camera. This is an all ornate ceiling with a little archways that all join in the middle with a rosette of 2 faces. Could have been a little chapel again. It looks like it. There's like an altar area here. Oh yeah, and some eroded figure as well. So this was definitely a little chapel here. Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, tape's still going. Yeah, definitely, this is really brilliant. A big view across the countryside. The A66, not Route 66, A66. Another little area, maybe the sort of praying areas. Some Roman numerals inscribed in great big slabs. good. This is probably Lady Clifford came to pray, I expect, and be inspired by the scenes. You could always also watch any enemy that might be coming. Yeah, I can see the camper van. Pity I ran out of film, really, because I could have taken a picture of my camper from here. I've now got to work my way back down. Like I said, I'm not too keen on heights. It's only when I go across the bridges, the wind's blowing. Oh, across that bit. I'm making my way back down now, round the battlement area of the keep. There's little seats as well, you can actually sit down. Ooh, it's a bee after me. You can actually sit down and have a little rest. You've got a beautiful view. Like I said, it's a pity I've run out of film. Typical, isn't it? I'll take a lot from the outside though. Yeah, I can see the AA66 stretching out there. Yeah, it's very beautiful here. I'm sat inside Brougham Castle. Right at the top of it. The flagpole's waving away. The wind's howling. I'm off to Melwoodby in a minute to see my friend. I was just saying, I'm walking down the spiral staircase now. I wondered if Lady Anne ever visited here. Or the haunting not have been here. I'm going down. You can imagine it though, can't you? Going down's just as bad as going up. You can tell looking through some of the little open areas on the way down when you look inside the keep that it was very ornate at one time. You know, there's evidence of tops of pillars all curved and carved. And it definitely would have been, you know, windproof and not like it is at the moment with all the winds blowing through the holes. Good for playing hide and seeking because there are people walking around. I haven't really bumped into one lot. What's weird about all this is that this castle, an owner, were acquaintances of my descendants of my ancestors. The Hasells, the Hasells. You know, Sir Edward Hasell came here a lot to do his writing, to write letters for Lady Clifford. And Sir Edward Hasell is the great-great-grandson of John Hasell from Bottisham, who's my great-grandfather 12 times back. He was only his great-great-grandfather. He was my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. I'm walking around the outside of the castle now, the other side of the moat. One side, there's a bridge going over, one of those pretty little bridges. Quite big there. I'm walking around the castle. Like I say, I always run out of film at the wrong time. Just see the view from this side. You can probably hear the wind on the tape. It's ferocious. I wonder how they would have filled the moat up. The river somehow. Pumped it through maybe. steward of Anne Clifford, Lady Clifford. He would organise a lot of her affairs, a bit like top management, I suppose, in today's day and age. Yeah, you can see the structure of the building, one of the towers on one of the corners, and how it was made up. It was very hodgepodge made up underneath, and then they had these bigger, more organised brick building stones, but I should think the disorganised bricks probably held up better. You know, it could be that because they're disorganised, were stronger. I presume I'm allowed to walk round here. It was rather nice.
Just stop in there for one moment.
Right, 18th of May 2006, start of a new tape. I've just been round Brougham Castle, which was run by the Clifford family. The Clifford family owned 4 castles plus in the past. Sir Edward Hasell was her steward, and I think he bought Dalemain from her or something like that on those lines. Or he might not have done. I don't know. I've got to check the history at the moment, because he might have already been at Dalemain, I think. I'm not quite sure. So anyway, I've been round there. That's very interesting. I'm just having a packet of crisps and a Coke. The rain kept off while I was looking around the castle. And then eating some sea salt and Somerset cider vinegar crisps, hand cooked in Lincolnshire though, and having a Coke and a fag. The shop of the castle actually reminded me about why sometimes castles fell into disrepair. Is that local people and people probably further afield used to come and pinch the stonework to build their houses with, and he said a lot of the places around here are built, the homes around here are built from stone taken from the castle years ago. You know, even the walls maybe could have been come from that castle. Looking at the wall here, it looks very much like it did. So they fell in disrepair, things got sold off, you know, fixtures, fittings, all that sort of thing. And gradually the elements took over. There's nothing like being in your little camper van. You've got all your home with you. I've put the kettle on. I've decided I'm not rushing off. I'm having a nice cup of tea. I've had a bit of mature cheese with my crisps. I've got a nice bit of fruit cake, rich fruit cake. I want my fags, of course, which are naughty. I will give it up though. Once George has had the baby, I'm going to make a real big effort. George has moved into a new home now. Yesterday it was a bit of a hectic time for them, but that's a temporary place for now still, but this is much bigger than one room which they lived in before. Duncan's with Jolene. I think he's probably going over to see Georgia later. He's out at Dosh at the moment. Kettle's boiling. I'm learning all the rules of camping now, you know, making sure everything's anchored down in the van, otherwise it goes flying. I do sometimes forget the little air vent thing that unwinds on top of the roof. And that'll come blowing off one day if I don't keep remembering to secure it. And I always turn the gas off completely, right against the cylinder as well, because I do smoke, of course. And then I just bolt everything down when I take off. But it only takes a few minutes to get things out. Get your tea out. The milk's still okay because the fridge hasn't long been turned off. And I'm going to make an early start tomorrow. That's plan A, but I don't know what will happen when I go and see Eileen. Who knows? So we'll play it by ear, but the plan A is I'm going to have a look at the map now, see where I'm going to go. To remind as well that I popped into Dalemain before I came to Brougham Castle, the home of Lady Clifford. And I bought a couple of plants which are in the van. I hope they survive because I'm going to put them in my front garden when I get back. I'll have to take them with me, of course, one day. They were grown and nurtured at Dalemain, so that's why I bought some. I've just bought a couple of souvenirs to take back, some little Civil War figures, some cherry and plum jam, I think it's jam. No, cherry and port jam, that's right. And a couple of their little things, postcards, which I've been buying en route. I might join English Heritage, I might do, I'll see what they've got to offer. But I'm just going to plan my route now. But like I say, going back to Dalemain, it was a scary experience, taking in some information of the parallel family tree which I'd done, back to our common ancestor, Richard and Philippa Collin, and John Hassell and Agnes. I handed it in with some photocopies of Bottisham Place, and I put them in a nice little envelope. Right, it's the 19th of May, and it's 1:20 in the morning. I didn't plan getting up this early, but I couldn't really sleep. And I thought I had to replan my route and decided to go via Scotch Corner. So I'm making me a flask of coffee, I'm going to have a cup of tea. And then I'm taking off, I've decided. Then I can rest up again on the service station. And that's the plan of action for now. Just making some tea. I get my kicks on Route 66. Journey's going to start from Penrith on the A66, which is and then I'm going to head for Scotch Corner, and the A66 takes me all the way to Scotch. It's 25 to 2 now, and it's still pouring with rain. I'm not quite sure if I should be leaving at this time of night, or maybe I should wait another couple of hours. I might try and kip again because of the weather. It'll be getting lighter around about 4 o'clock, which was my original plan. I'm on the road, leaving Penrith now, on the Route 66, going towards Scotch Corner. I get my kicks on Route 66. It's called the A6 really. I'm going to Scotch Corner, then I'm going to join the, I think it's the A1, I've got it all written down anyway, and I'm off down. I've got two choices. I can either join the M1 and go west side of Leicestershire and then try and get over to Peterborough, or I can carry on the A1 all the way down to Huntington and go across that way, which is what I might try and do. I mean, the only problem is there might not be service stations. I suspect there'll be some garages and that. I don't know if it'd be better to keep on the motorway. I mean, who knows? It might be okay. I might end up going through lots of towns, but this isn't like an experiment really, but I don't fancy driving to Leicestershire and then having to go through a massive big city to get to the other side. Just going past Brougham Castle now, where I saw yesterday. Up there somewhere, down there somewhere. The castle lies, which I saw yesterday. At the moment, the roads, the night lights went out in Penrith as I drove through, or round, and it'll start getting busy now. I mean, I was going to leave at 2, but it was hammering down with rain. I did feel a bit knackered. I thought, no, rest up a couple more hours. The rain's eased up. I decided not to go up across the Dales because I didn't know if the caravan would be okay. You know, I'm not sure. It was going to be very high hills. So I had a number of routes I could take, and I will experiment with time. So it's 4:45. I probably left about 5 o'clock, went to the loo, sorted the van out. Got 3/4 of tank of petrol. I've got a great big lorry coming up behind me now. There's lots of lorries starting to move about. I'll speak to you later. It's nearly 5:20. I'm near Scotch Corner now. I suppose I'm on the Yorkshire Dales or Moors or something. Thick mists keep coming down every now and again. Right, it's 5:30. I'm nearly at Scotch Corner, and it looks like I'm going right into a hurricane. I'm on top of these moors, and this big, thick black cloud. And it's like bright sunshine on one side of me, this big black cloud and heavy rain coming down. It's weird, it's like I'm going right into a hurricane. As I said that, I just came across a road sign I've not seen before. It says, please drive carefully. 169 people have been casualties over the last 5 years over this next 8-mile stretch of road. Oh, I just had a really nasty experience. Just as I've come to the end of that long stretch from Penrith on the A66, I hit a big roundabout going at Scotch Corner. I think this must be Scotch Corner. And I couldn't get in gear. Thank God there was nothing coming, and it was early. Eventually I got it in gear, but I put emergency lights on. I'm still at the top of England, and I'm just scared stiff whether I'm going to get home or not. This gear is bad. Right, it's 8:30. Progress is delayed, but then again I've woken up now. I was going to have a break anyway, but I'm not far from Lincoln on the A1 going towards Leicestershire. Well, bypassing Leicestershire, but the problem is with this A1, I keep meeting mini roundabouts. And the problem I'm having, well, not only mini ones, all sorts of roundabouts, is I can't seem to get first or second gear, sometimes even third gear. I'm having lots and lots of trouble with the gears. And to be quite honest, I think I'll probably be breaking down soon. It's alright, I'm alright when I keep going. Traffic jams, having to negotiate roundabouts. I've been lucky on 2 roundabouts, I've been able to go straight round them without having to stop. There's whacking great lorries going by. I've stopped now just to check the car over because there was a sort of bang noise at one point. I thought I smelt gas, so I've been and checked everything. I'm worried, sick really. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, it's 8:30. I've got plenty of time to get home. And if the car was all right, I'd be home, like I said, probably by midday. The moment I meet a traffic jam or I have to stop, I can't get the car in gear easily. I'm going to have big jams behind me, putting me under a lot of pressure. So this van unfortunately, it cost me nearly £6,000, and I'm going to have a new clutch or gearbox, something. I mean, the clutch cable might be going, I don't know. I'm trying to get as close to Suffolk or Cambridge as I can before I have to call a help. And because they'll have to tow me all the way back, and then they'll have to give me a car while I get this repaired. But it's not the AA. I've got no idea what my breakdown service will be like. But the gears have always played me up. So I think there's been something wrong, because I don't normally have trouble with gears like this. So I'm going to try, it's 8:30, and get going again. There's a car a little bit in front of me, but I've got busy traffic. I'm going to have to try and wait for a gap, and then get out. Nearly 7:45. Warning signs, possible queues ahead. My worst nightmare coming up, roadworks. This is where I might have to get towed off. Right, it's 9:20. I managed to get it in gear, in third gear. I managed to get round another roundabout, and I'm desperate for a wee, so I thought I must stop now and have a little rest. Right, I decided to have a small breakfast when I was in there. I am tired, but the thing is, I do need to try and get some food and get some money to Duncan. It means risking to Bury St Edmunds. That's the only problem. I'll have to assess when if I get that far. I'm going to go as far. I'm going to go past Petersburg on the A1 to Huntington, and then get on the A14, which will take me straight to Bury St Edmunds. That's the plan, and I am very, very tired. I could easily curl up and go to sleep, really, but I know I want to get moving. Just in case I do break down and I got to wait hours, so I'd rather keep going. I can always have a nap while I'm waiting. But I don't really want to break down. I really, really don't. Complete cock-up on journey. Diversion. Can't go to Huntington. Having to go towards Petersburg, a bloody city. This is an absolute nightmare. I'm totally knackered. I don't know when the car's going to pack up. This is an absolute bloody nightmare. Right, I managed to get onto the A14. But the car's stalled, but the traffic's at a standstill at the moment, so I've just left the engine off. I'll worry about trying to get it in gear in a minute. I'm just letting it cool down. There's a total standstill there. Done so well. I haven't got far to go now, and yet now in a whacking great traffic jam. I'm stuck in a working great traffic jam. I can see it miles ahead of me. I can't see the car being able to survive this. Right, it's 12:30. I've arrived in the B&Q car park in Bury St Edmunds. I'm now going to get some money out, go and put my films in to be developed. Go to the toilet, get some cat food, and I don't know, I'm so tired. Right, I think it's the 20th of May, and today when I opened my mail, I'd received a letter from Robert Hazel McCosh.
Right, I've already done that bit. Right, well, that was my horrendous journey. After I'd had trouble, I bought this van that cost me almost, apart from a pound, £6,000, right? And it was really worth probably £1.5 grand. Somebody really ripped me off, and I mean that was the start of my troubles. But it did go on to last me another 2.5 years, actually. But I'd spent, not long after that incident, I had to spend £200 having something done to the gears. And it's just one thing after another, and really by the time I was parted with it, it needed a whole new cooling system and exhaust system worth £1,000 it needed. Apart from that, it was all right, really. But I never, because I rushed when I bought it because I was moving and all this. I wanted to get a classic VW, really, but it was all such a rush, and this awful people ripped me off, and I took that van back. I got it through an MOT, right? I had a brand new MOT. I took it back to those people, but would they touch it? Well, they did offer me £3,500. I'd paid nearly £6,000. Well, I paid £6,000 apart from £1. Yeah, they saw me come in. Terrible, isn't it? I've always been like that with vehicles. Always been like it. Anyway, so that was I'm starting all my Cumbrian tapes now, but that was me leaving Cumberland after visiting the Hassell homes and various other things, plus a friend of mine who lives up in Melmerby near Penrith, Eileen. So that's the end of that, folks. I'm going to stop the narration now. This is Sheila 2010.